national spokesperson in here, so what we can do, the journalists can just start with the questions to the newly elected ROPs. You're going to introduce yourself, the name of the media house, and
I'd like to, I'm 2 million from the Citizen. I'd like to congratulate the leadership. But what comes to my mind when I see this new leadership is two centers of power, you know? So will the executive mayor be allowed to continue his term, or will he continue? That is the new chairperson, Meloise. And just how you feel about Meloise. You're the first female ANC mayoral candidate, if it were to be. How do you feel being in this particular position? Thank you.
Okay, it's Christian. My congratulations to the leadership and to Loyiso. Loyiso, first of all, I just want to ask you just to tell us a bit more about just out the public, tell us a bit more about your career, where you come from, and also on the issue, it seems like this was a slate voting thing. There are that you guys are more in the Paul Mashatile camp of things. Would you just address that also? Thank you.
Good afternoon. Congratulations as well on your election. The political report by the outgone regional chairperson spoke about the demon of money. And I just want to understand, what do you know about that, given the fact that some of you the majority of you were in that regional office bearers, assuming that you might have discussed those issues. For him to raise it here, just how prevalent was the use of money in this particular Congress? Secondly, issue of he spoke about the issue of two centers of power, and we are how many months away from the elections? Possibly a year or a year and a half. What is the approach? And I know it's still easy, possibly really the people of Johannesburg who may be wondering, or what is the way forward, what will be the approach? By the way, my name is Mologu Muloto. I'm with ENCA.
Good afternoon, Alpha here from Eyewitness News. Congratulations, Chairperson. You are the first female leader of the ANC in Johannesburg. How does it feel to, I guess, be part of the history books? I wanted to ask a mayoral question, but if I recollect, they asked it. I just wanted to check what the process is going forward. Does Dadamurero remain at the helm, or will there be a process to usher in the new regional chairperson? Thanks.
Good afternoon. My name is Yamtanda Kapa from News 24. Congrats on your election. I just have a question around one of the things that kept coming up in the field of any allegations of corruption, a certain perception about them not being a clean person or a clean leader. How are you going to navigate that going into the elections? Thank you.
Congratulations on your chairperson for becoming the first female regional chairperson in Johannesburg. My question is that, given the fact that your election in this conference does somewhat create the impression that you would be first in mind when they consider the position of a mayoral candidate. And with the Democratic Alliance already having thrown big names such as the federal chairperson for their mayoral candidate, do you perhaps feel that you would be able to go against her neck to neck in the upcoming elections next year?
Thank you very much, colleagues. I think I'll hand it over to the leadership to respond to the questions.
No, thanks very much, and greetings to all of you. I think I will cover some of the questions, and then our regional chair will also come in, and of course there are some things that you want her to give the account of history and all that, so we will deal with that. So firstly, you will know that the Polokwane conference in 2007 have resolved that there are no two centers of power in the African National Congress. There is only one center of power, and the center of power is the ANC. In this instance, it's Konibapela House. So what does that mean? It means that the fact that the current mayor is the former regional chairperson, it does not create two centers of power. ANC deployees, they must operate on the basis of the ANC mandate. It doesn't matter whether the ANC deployee is the regional chair, is an ordinary member of the ANC, or whoever it might be. They derive the mandate from the African National Congress. So there will not necessarily be any two centers of power for as long as our deployees understand that the center is the African National Congress. So what does that mean? It means, and of course it's important to also mention that the ANC guidelines are very clear in terms of issues of mayorship in the metros. It is in the main decided by the national office bearers of the African National Congress, because we are the metro. So currently we have a serving mayor. There are no issues that we have with the current mayor. We have never encountered any problem. We have just been elected. So there is no way by now we can be thinking differently. Our thinking, it's about how do we plan to win the lost ground, to make sure that the African National Congress have a decisive victory in the next local government election. It's not this regional conference. It was about who must lead the African National Congress, and we have been elected as a collective to lead the ANC, and all those that are deployed in government will derive their mandate from the African National Congress. So it's a matter that I thought, let me clarify that. The issue of the slate politics, I don't know where it come from. I was not in any slate. Nominated by branches. In fact, if you observed nominations, there will be some of the branches where the nominated chair, it will be Comrade Dada. I'm nominated as a secretary. Sometimes they will nominate Comrade Loiso as a chair, and then they nominate a different candidate for deputy chair and other positions. I don't know how did we arrive to a conclusion that is a slate. And even when I was here in conference, I have never seen any delegate with a small paper of a slate that seeks to advance a particular slate. And I can tell you the current regional chair, because I have been having conversation also with her, she's very clear that we must never allow factionalism to be the order of the day in the African National Congress. And as a collective, we share the same sentiments that we can't find ourselves being a factional grouping in the ANC. We are now elected to lead the ANC. We are going to lead everyone. We are not going to lead a particular group against the other. But we are a slate of the Deputy President, Comrade Paul Mashatile. Comrade Paul Mashatile is the son of Johannesburg. Son of Alexander. We are leading the Johannesburg region, of which Paul Mashatile is from Johannesburg in terms of his residence. So I don't know why should we be his slate. We are his leaders when he's in Johannesburg in his branch. We are leading him in the region. He's leading us as the Deputy President of the African National Congress. So this conference has no agenda item of 2027. The 2027 matter, we will discuss it when the leadership give us an opportunity to deal with it. The fact is we are not a slate of Paul Mashatile, but Paul Mashatile is our leader that we appreciate because he has led and we are leading everyone in Johannesburg, not a particular grouping. Lastly, let me deal with the issue which Siamtanda spoke of around issues of corruption which led to decline, and how do we navigate this going to elections. Look, the fact is the ANC has its own guidelines of how to deal with matters of that nature. And this leadership collective, we are not here to make new rules for the African National Congress. We are here to ensure the implementation of the same rules, and all those rules will be applicable if there are those allegations that arises of corruption against anyone. So we will apply the step aside rules that the ANC have provided, have agreed in our conferences. The NEC have also been mandated by conference to ensure that it drafts those rules. They exist. We are going to implement them. We are not going to our own process. Issues of money politics, we are very clear. The conference is clear, in fact, because the conference have already adopted even the report. We must be against money politics. We must never allow money politics to be the center, of influencing members and the delegates thinking in terms of the leadership that they want to elect. And it's a matter that we hear about it. We wish those that are witnessing such, they can come forth so that we deal with it. In fact, it's not just a matter of the report. If you read, some of the under Rule 25.17, there are a number of issues that constitute a misconduct, and the use of money to influence leadership election is one of those matters that are constituted as a misconduct in the African National Congress as per the Constitution, which is a supreme document of the ANC. So those that who have evidence of such, they must assist us so that we can demonstrate our willingness to deal with any issue that advantage us to advance the renewal of the African National Congress, because we can only win the lost ground for as long as we commit ourselves in renewing the ANC in practical terms, so that it's a better instrument to transform the lives of people of Johannesburg. If we can't renew the ANC and make it a better instrument, and our election does not translate into changing the lives of people of Johannesburg, then I don't think we are worth to lead the ANC, because it means we'll be leading something that the ANC is not, because the ANC is about saving the people. And for us, to take leadership responsibilities, it means our primary focus must be how we must serve the people. It must not even be about who is a mayor, no. It must be about serving the people. If the former regional chair, who's the executive mayor, continues to service the people of Johannesburg in implementing the policies of the ANC, there is no crisis. We must allow that to happen because this was never about such. I will then hand over to the regional chair, our first regional chairperson who is a female, Comrade Loyiso Masuku.
Thank you so much, Nobala. I will merge the responses to the two questions. It is a privilege and an honor to be elected as the first female chairperson. And I think what is important is that I must not be the last. This must actually be the beginning for many, and to also, in line with our organizational values in the ANC, that women are capable and must be given opportunities to lead. The delegates have chosen this collective to be led by myself. They did not choose first because I'm a female. They looked at the capacity and to the issue of the credentials, and those who would know that I have served as the Deputy Secretary for 2 terms in this very same region. Before that, I was the Secretary of the ANC Youth League in the same region. My roots are from the South African Students' Congress, which I led in the University of Johannesburg. So that is just to summarize. But in essence, I am a child of the ANC. And I'm proud and privileged that I've been given this opportunity, an opportunity to lead Joburg and renew the ANC and ensure that we bring everybody along. Bringing everybody along obviously starts with us ensuring that we conclude business of conference and we go back to our branches and ensure that we have a strong ANC, an ANC that is going to work collectively, unifying all the branches, regardless of those who had a different preference. Because the reason why we go to a conference in the ANC is because we are allowed, in line with our constitution, to have preferences. But that period is ending today. We are going to work and bring everybody along our branches so that we are able to also work collectively to serve the people of Johannesburg. Because only a strong and a united ANC will be able to serve the people of Johannesburg, and we ensure that we bring back the energy and the ANC that is rooted with the people. So that is our preoccupation, and I think this collective will share the same vision to make sure that we do that. On the question, look, I don't think Helen Zell is actually even a person we should be discussing as a candidate and whatever. It's immaterial for us. The ANC issued guidelines post the NEC, where they've also indicated the process of how candidates will work. Our preoccupation is not... If we were to discuss it, I don't even think, Joburg is a very youthful city. We need new ideas, a vibrant leadership that is going to take residents of Joburg. A youthful city like Joburg can never be even led by somebody like Helen Zell. So that one for us, it's not even a point of discussion. And on the issue of slate politics, I can confirm that the branches that nominated me did not all nominate me with this collective that I am seated with today. So, and at this conference, there was not even one piece of paper that promoted a particular slate. This is the will of the branches of Johannesburg, and they have said we must work together collectively because they believe that we are the best suited candidates to lead Johannesburg. So there was no slate. I don't believe in slate politics. My collective does not believe in slate politics. is going to make sure that even those who had those different preferences, we bring everybody along and unite and we work together. Remember, the branch processes is done. We had delegates. Now we must focus on residents. The residents are the VIPs in this city. Our focus is going to have to be service delivery and hold deployees accountable to ensure that our priorities of serving the people of Johannesburg are taken to.
His time to actually approve. Even for him to get appointed, it took some time. So now, with that difference in views, I mean, how do you deny there will be two centers of power? Because, as leadership, or you guys don't see eye to eye on different issues of governance. Thank you.
The ANC remains the center of power. Koniba Pela House, where the regional secretary is full-time, where all deployees account to. So there are no two centers of power, and that discussion does not arise because this is an ANC conference where we were electing leadership. And remember, any discussion on any process of mayoral candidates is actually the competence of the national office bearers. It is not even in our purview to discuss such particular matters. And so we're very clear in our mind. We are here to serve residents of Joburg. We are here to work collectively to unite and renew the African National Congress. If there is such a conversation, it will be led by the structure as per the guidelines of the ANC, as indicated earlier by the coordinator, the regional secretary, that is a purview of the national office bearers, and we have not even come to such a conversation yet. We are focusing on service delivery every day for us, and I think this has been said even by President Ramaphosa and Premier Panyaza and the mayor himself. Our focus every day is going to be a G20. We continue to engage residents and bring programs and solutions and professionals, and we're inviting everybody to say, come to us. We are open. We want to change the city, and we welcome ideas in ensuring that we take Johannesburg forward collectively.
Siamtana Kapa from News 24 again. Just a final question on one of the things that the convener, PTT co-convener Panyaza Lesufi spoke about was getting back control of the city, getting out of coalitions and GLUs, and just are you confident that this collective will actually be able to pull that off, given that the ANC is not known to be a comeback party? There are case studies in Cape Town and elsewhere. So are you actually confident that you will do that?
Thank you, Tabiso Khadebe from SABC News. Would you agree with me to say that before, or rather during this conference, there were deep divisions among members of the ANC, and how are you going to deal with divisions and factions? Because as media, we could hear the talks outside. Even now, there are some of the people who are dissatisfied about people who have been elected. So how are you going to deal as the regional committee? How are you going to deal with those divisions and also factions in Johannesburg? Thank you.
Okay, Chair, Peter Molemani, Kaya News. Chair, Johannesburg has the power of 85% in voting in all the branches. And in the past election, we didn't see that. We experienced a vote apathy. How are you going to change that? Make sure that the city goes back to that 85% that the ANC deserves ahead of the 2026 local government elections. Thank you.
There are no other questions. I'll allow the leadership to respond.
Yeah. Deputy Chair, don't you want your voice to be heard?
Preferences are part and parcel of the processes of conference. You have a preference and you express that preference through a process of campaigning for your candidates. You express that preference through a process of campaigns in different forms in the branches. And also the preference, you then express it in the ballot paper. And then obviously you produce an outcome. So preferences are part and parcel of the conference process, and we must understand it as such. And for us, when you are elected into leadership, our responsibility then becomes to make sure that we bring everybody along, including those who may have had a different preference compared to the outcome that has emerged in conference. Remember, it's not the individuals that have won. The ANC has won because there is a collective that has been elected to lead the collective structures of the ANC. So I just think we must understand it as such, and stick to the fact that ours is to make sure that we unite the collective. And then the most important thing is to always remember that when we are elected as this collective, including the REC that will be elected today. The work of the elections that you are talking about and reclaiming the lost ground will start immediately. That work starts immediately, and it starts with reconnecting with our people, because when we do the work on the ground, our people do give us feedback in terms of what we need to improve and how we need to change how we do things. And we have done self-reflection as the ANC. We accept that there are weaknesses, but the coalitions themselves, fortunately in Joburg, our coalition is managed by the ANC because we're the leaders of the coalition. But in our effort to reclaim lost ground, it's to make sure that we don't remain in coalitions, because we want the ANC manifesto to take center stage in ensuring that we deliver in line with our policies of the African National Congress, so that we deliver services to our people. And we've made numerous assessments, and we've realized how it is not easy to govern in a coalition, because you are unable as that particular political party to fully advance the interest that you would particularly want to lead. So that work begins in earnest when we close conference today as this collective and the regional executive committee that will be elected. Thanks. Fine.
Okay, thank you, colleagues. Let me just allow the new leadership to introduce themselves, because I did not introduce them. They'll go from the chairperson, deputy secretary, deputy, and the treasurer.
Loyiso Masuku, chairperson of the ANC in Johannesburg.
I like the sound of that.
Okay, thanks. Masilo Sarakele, the Deputy Chairperson of the ANC in Greater Johannesburg.
Oh, good afternoon. Maxwell Nadzamba, Regional Treasurer.
Afternoon, colleagues. My name is Larata Kebo, the Deputy Regional Secretary of the ANC in Greater Johannesburg.
No, yeah. My name is Sasabona Mangaji, the Regional Secretary of the ANC in Johannesburg. And just to indicate that we will be going to commissions currently, which is a process that we have started even prior to the conference, where all delegates gathered to discuss what are the key policy issues and resolutions that we must take. So today we are going to focus on enhancing those resolutions. We gave enough time to commissions even prior to conference, so that issues of leadership must not be at the center of the conference. So that is why we have already outlined the base document, which also introduces 7 to 8 commissions that are going to take place, and by today we will have finalized the key resolutions that are going to be guiding this leadership collective in advancing the national democratic revolution agenda to ensure that we deliver services to the people of Johannesburg, and we also attain the National Democratic Society. And thanks very much, Audrey, and all of you. We are ending it here.
So, colleagues, just one announcement. Those who want